Hello and welcome to After the Fact. I'm Pastor Tony Soldano, Senior Pastor of All People's Church in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, the fastest growing city in the nation. This week I want to talk to you about some disturbing statistics that I recently heard that came out of a survey done by George Barna. George Barna found that 79 to 96% of church-going young people are leaving the faith and the church after they graduate. 79 to 96%. And that only 20% of those people are finding their way back eventually in their lifetime. This trend has been going on since the 1990s. And when he asked them, why is this? What is the cause? They said poor parenting and poor church leadership. As a pastor and a father and a leader, I take this very seriously. And I have some thoughts on this matter. First of all, I began to think, are the parents and the leaders and the pastors of this generation really so poor that it's causing this trend, a trend that we have never seen in history? Or could there be something more, a deeper issue at work here? Secondly, I believe that these young people, these young adults, these youth, these high school graduates need to take responsibility for their own lives. And I realize that, sure, do parents make mistakes? Do leaders make mistakes? Do pastors make mistakes? Absolutely. But is that a reason to leave the faith and to leave the church? Where is your sense of responsibility? Where is your sense of leadership? But I go back to my point. I believe there's something deeper at work here. And here's what I believe it is. I believe that these young people have a church encounter, but have they really had a God encounter? Have they really come face to face with Jesus Christ and the Spirit of the living God? I was reminded of the story in the Bible of the woman at the well who didn't have a religious encounter. She had a Jesus encounter. And she was so transformed. She was so radically moved that she went back to her village, to her town, and begged them to come out and meet this man who had told her everything about her life. And you have to understand, this woman had a reputation. This woman was talked about. This woman was gossiped about. For her to go back and face her critics was a major to-do, and that something so deep and something so stirring could only motivate her and inspire her to go back. But watch when the village and the town people came back. Here's what they responded in John 42. They said, "For we ourselves have heard him and know that he is indeed the Christ." See, they came out because of her testimony, but their believing came because they themselves had now heard him. They themselves had had that encounter. Hey, listen, programs are great. Activities are great. Church stuff is great, and church fellowship is great. But if that's all we're doing, if we're only creating some kind of a club, some kind of a community, and we're not creating an environment where people are having a head-on collision with Jesus Christ, then we're not doing our jobs, and we're not doing them any favors. I want to encourage you today. Seek the Lord. Create an environment in your life. If you're a leader, if you're a pastor, if you're a parent, create an environment, not a religious environment, but create an environment where your son, your daughter, your protege, the person you're mentoring is having an encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. It is the only thing that's going to change and transform lives. I'm Tony Soldano, and this has been After the Fact.